I was raised in a Christian home. My mother's father started the church that I grew up in. My dad's brother was a preacher there. I was adopted into that family because of the church. So I was raised Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night. Then I went away to college, and of course, partying took over. Then got married. I went to Florida State University. I worked at Bonefish Grill. I actually worked at the very first one in St. Pete. I worked for that company for 12 years, and anyone who's worked in the restaurant industry, you know that you work hard and you play hard. So I would drink a lot. We would go out almost every night, after work, and I loved doing it. I loved going out dancing and just having fun, but I knew I shouldn't be doing any of those things. I knew deep down it wasn't right. I was always going to church, but I just didn't have that connection. I knew I believed in God, but not until recently. Honestly, when we started going to CE is when my walk really just took off, I guess is the way to say. So now I don't miss it at all. I can dance around my house without having anything to drink. And people probably think I'm crazy. I feel like the music at church was it just spoke to me. And then Brandon did challenge us once. I remember at the very beginning, because we've been there almost 2 years, I think. And he challenged us something about, I challenge you just to read your Bible every day for like a week or a month. It was something. And I was like, okay, Brandon, I'm gonna take that challenge. And then so I started doing it. But then once you start doing it, you can't stop. It's addicting. And I feel like prayer gets me through everything. It gets me through my day. Another thing, Brandon, when we first started going to see, another thing that I remember him saying is that before he picks up his phone to check anything, he checks in with God. And I was like, that is so good, because it's so true. So I've trying my hardest to do that every single day. That gets me through anything and everything, especially like the hard times. I have a son, William, who is almost 9. And when he was 3, he was diagnosed with autism, and Sundays were really hard for us. Any bad day, any meltdown that he's had, it doesn't outweigh the amazing things that God's done through him that I get to be a part of. He has such a hunger for God. Like, for example, I never thought I'd be an interior designer. I never thought I would be doing a collaboration with a huge company, a designer collaboration, but I'm doing it because of the artwork that my son has done, who has autism. God is using me to make a difference. And not only me, he's using my son through me to make a difference. This painting behind me, my son painted almost 2 years ago. William never ever liked art or crafts or anything. I mean, you can imagine how surprised I was when I got an email from his school saying that he'd painted this picture. So I took a picture of it and, posted it on Instagram, trying to spread some joy to some other moms, autism moms, and say, we have a lot of really rough days, but something good like this could come. And now it's being sold online. He's the number 4 bestseller on the website that it's being sold on. The name of my business is House of Fleck Interiors. My last name is Fleckenstein, so that was a little too long, so we had to shorten it. When they're describing how the temple was made, how he talks about he wants, blue and scarlet and purple yarn, and I want it to be this long, and it needs to match on the other side, and I want gold rings for the curtains. I said, so do I, Jesus. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, he's talking about what I do. And then in the Bible, he even talks about designers, and how honored am I that he has chose me to do this type of work that he even talks about in the Bible. I was just like, I just know for a fact the only reason I have this studio is because of God. And I know it's because I have started going to church regularly. I've been reading my Bible every day. I've been tithing, and I've been seeking a relationship with him, and I've been praying over it. There's so many little instances like that, where maybe one client, I'll have a consultation with the client, and they'll decide, I'm going to just try to do it on my own, and I'm kind of bummed. But then the next day I have a new client with an even bigger job that calls me. So I'm just like, there's no point in worrying anymore. He's like, I got you. It's true. My advice to somebody who, I guess this is in a hard spot, is I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that the more you pour your heart into finding out more about God, the more He's just going to continue to bless you. And His plan for you is a million times better than anything you could ever dream of.